Welcome, 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 my brothers. You already know who it is. I'm D, and it's the Future Fathers FF podcast. Bear noise. There's not actually. It's not bear noise. D, just be quiet. It's just you. Anyway, bros, how you been? Obviously, you can tell I'm quite in some good spirits. You know, I'm up. I'm happy. As I normally am, as we should all be, or at least strive to be. As your week's been, as your day's been, as normal. I hope you didn't beat no one today. So you should be alright. My brothers, the days are getting warm. Summer holidays are about. I don't know what you're doing, but I think now should be a time where we take an opportunity to be with our youths and at least encourage them to do some other stuff and at least try to enjoy time together. Reason why I'm saying that is because my big one's just gone to see his chick, and the younger one is at home with us, and I'm not sure if he's doing it right now. He was supposed to earlier on before I came in from work. He's supposed to find out from work himself if he's got more work for the summer. So, I want to know what you guys intend to do with your children during the summer holidays. But the funny thing is, you lot are not going to tell me. You know why? Because you're going to be busy with your children. That's why. That is the perfect answer. Oh, I've got stuff to do with my youth. Well, you better do. You should do. Because you know what, bros? There's only the things you can do. And I'm saying this right now. This is part one. I'm only putting this out there like that now because I want to talk to my brother about the same thing. Because he's got smaller children. Well, he's got one smaller child. All of his children are younger than mine. So, you know, I'm just thinking about my big youths. I need somebody else in here that I can talk to about summer holidays with young children. Because I remember what it was like when my boys were young, and we used to at least try and get out of London. You know, let the boys see different parts of England. Didn't have too much money to be traveling across the world, but traveling is definitely a good thing. Me and my brother said it, or should I say my brother and I have said it a number of occasions. Getting your children out to see different places and experience different things is paramount to growing. As a human being, you cannot grow fully if you do not understand more than your surroundings. That's just my personal opinion. I could be wrong in saying that, I could be right in saying that, but as I said, it's just my personal opinion. Activities, bros, it's summer, like, or should I say it's supposed to be summer. It's supposed to be hot, but it's England, so it's never really hot until you expect it to be cold. You know, like it's been raining the last couple of days, and I know a lot of people out there thinking, it's not gonna be warm, it's gonna be damp. No. See, when it rains in England during the summer, you can expect a few days after the heat, or should I say after the moisture has evaporated, or should I say dissipated from the air, it's gonna be hot. I'm looking forward to some nice days where, now don't laugh at me, where I can get the boys to help me do stuff around the house, like outside the house as well. We live in a block of flats, so we've got a pressure washer to clean the windows. I'm going to take time in cleaning all of my windows on my flat with the pressure washer. We're going to do gym. We're going to get in there as much as possible because the sun's out. You know, the heat and the warm kind of makes everyone want to do. I notice a lot of people out there running, jogging in their training gear. A lot of people don't actually train though, which I find quite funny. But summertime, everyone wants to look good, everyone wants to train. No one never wants to really train in the cold. But that's just me. What else is there? Well, as I said, different activities. There are a number of different activities that you can do with your child. You don't necessarily have to pay money. And the reason why I say that is because I've made activities up in my house with the boys. I don't know if I've ever mentioned this to you, but remember The Matrix? And I'm not talking about the original trilogy. The Matrix, the last one, I don't even remember what they called it, but the last one. What I did was, when the film came out, obviously they don't have too much money, man can't afford to go IMAX and watch that. I'd love to be able to pay £100 for all four of us to go to watch a movie, but it's not just going to be £100 because you got to munch when you go cinema, you know what I mean? You got to have popcorn and them things there, drinks, nachos, you got to have something to munch on. So it's going to be a little bit expensive. So what I did was, I streamed it on my TV in my house, cut out all light in the front room, unfolded my sofa because I got a fold out sofa, so there was bare space on the sofa to lay down, sit down, stretch out, do what you want. I went out to the shop, I bought some kernels, some popping corn kernels. I made homemade popcorn. We got some packets of crisps, and then on top of that, they didn't even know about this other thing. I actually made cinema tickets and then put up a sheet over the front room door, like proper entry, like it's dark in there, I gotta check your tickets to make sure you can actually come in. Now I'm talking about this with big people. They weren't children at the time. Yeah, they're big people, but we all like our movies, we all enjoy watching movies. So that little experience there for me, it was just like, not even for me, for the boys. And as I said, they're big. So it was for me, really. I'm a big child at heart. For me, it did make me feel so good that I could do something like that. And they actually enjoyed it. And we all sat down, we all watched the film. I'm going to see if I can find a picture of my tickets, yeah, and post it up in a video, yeah. After that, everyone went their separate ways. Back into their bedrooms, back onto their games, watching whatever they was watching. But if you ask them about it, they remember it. Of course they're going to remember it because it's an experience, a household experience. Like, it's not something that you would expect someone to do just for watching a film inside your house. You wouldn't expect your parents to try and make a movie theater and, you know, have everyone sit down and, you know, make popcorn, have it like a proper theater in your house. How many of you have done that? There's probably a good few of you that have, and probably a good few of you that have thought, I don't know if I can, but what if this, what if that? Don't say what if. Don't say what if after, should I say. Don't ask yourself, is it going to be okay? Just do it. Just do it. It will be fun. And depending on your children, depending on the ages, depending on what they like to watch, I'm pretty sure you can all find a film that has a little bit of interest for all of you, that can be a little bit captivating for everyone to sit down and enjoy it. You know what I mean? For a couple hours out of one day, it's not a lot. It really isn't. And especially now, as I said, summer holidays are out. What are you going to do with your children? Another thing that you can do, they're all activities. I'm just running through different things. Making cakes, baking. I know I say this all the time, brothers, but spending time with your children is important. Learning different skills, to teach them different skills is important, because you both grow as people. If you know how to bake, that's okay. If you don't know how to bake, that's okay. Do you know why? Because half the fun is actually just putting the ingredients together anyway, and the end result is you get to eat something nice. I've got a good few videos. I don't think what I will do is I will link my videos in the description. so you can all get some tasty treats. You can all sit down with your children, and I will say this, all my recipes are child friendly. You don't have to do too much. You can watch the video with your child. I've done most of the videos with my sons as well. So it's nothing that I'm telling you to do that you can't do with your child, and they're very simple recipes. I'm telling you, they will enjoy it. So I was just checking the door, thought I heard something. Yeah, so just enjoy it, man. Come on, like it's one time this time of year comes around where the children are not at school. You've got time to spend with them. You may have work as well. I fully understand that. You may be a single parent. Shout out to all the mums as well that are single parents. Shout out to all the dads that are single parents. I know you've got to work, but spending time with your child is just as important as the money that you've got to bring into the house. Believe me. I know what it's like. Yeah, my mum was at work constantly. She still is today. Like, she's always at work, but that's just who she is. But not seeing her, or not getting to see her as much, I can say now, yeah, it was like, I don't get to see my mum. But that's just thinking back on it. At the time, I didn't understand it. I didn't know what it was. My mum was at work. That was it. Now I'm like, yeah, do you know what? I wish I could have get to spend a little bit more time with her, but I fully understand the nature of what she had to do. My mum was the provider. She had to do what was necessary for me and my sisters to be okay. So baking is another thing on the list that my mum used to do with us. Not often, but you know what? My mum still took the time out to bake with us. More time than not, it was, D, can you go and do this? Or D just met it. It's funny now. I look back on it and I say to her all the time, do you know what? If it wasn't for you doing that, I wouldn't be able to do certain things that I can do now. She laughs as well because it is funny. But at the time, I didn't, as I've said before, I didn't understand, didn't know what it was. But now with the foresight that I have, I know. And it was enjoyable, learning how to cook different meals. Even though my mum woke me up at whatever time of the morning to help her do stuff. And I mentioned this to her the other day, Mum, if you're listening, you know exactly what I'm talking about. She's probably chuckling to herself now saying, yeah, D, I do know. Anyway, back to the activities. What else is there? Oh, do you know what a good thing is? And this I'm putting out to you brothers that don't know how to, because I was very uncomfortable with swimming myself. If you cannot swim or you are unsure, I am telling you now, going swimming with your child it's almost a must. That almost is a must. Now I'm not gonna say I can swim a little bit. Yeah, I can't tread the water like my youths. Yeah, I cannot do that for my missus. Can't do that. So, and we all know in my house who's dying, of who's not surviving water. Yeah, that's it. We all know who that is, and it's me. It's me, definitely. So swimming is definitely a big thing. It definitely is. You don't need to go out swimming with your youths, especially in the summer when you've got time with them. They got time to spend with you. If you don't know how to swim, you can take lessons together. If your child knows how to swim, it's even better. Yeah, it's even better if you get them to, kind of teach you how to swim, or even if you know how to swim a little bit and you know that, but your child doesn't know. You get them to engage in teaching you how to swim, so they feel like they've taught you something. Believe me, that experience will blow their minds. And the only reason I'm saying this is because of experience, my guys. Yeah, when I went out on holiday with my boys, I told them they both knew that doesn't know how to swim. Like at that time, I was like, yeah, I can't swim. That was it. I could swim, but I I don't like water like that, and especially ocean where there's no bottom. I'm not going out too far into the ocean. I'm staying where I can see the ground. Yeah. So when I was out there with them and I'm swimming in the ocean and they're like, yes, Dad, go on, you can do. And the encouragement from them was good because it made me want to stay out there with them a little bit more. And when I knew that they could swim and I could see how comfortable they were, knowing, all right, Dad can't swim, but at least he's out there with us and they can swim, it makes them just want to go out and do a little bit more. Dad, come, let me show you this. And they're a little bit more adventurous because they feel like they're teaching you something. Let me let you into a little secret, my brothers. Yeah. For years, I would not go swimming with them. And when we went on holiday, that was the only time I was forced to get in a pool or in a body of water with my children. If you ask me now to go with them, I'll be like, yeah, I'll go. Like you don't need to be scared of the water. You don't need to be afraid of yourself. The water can be your friend. I mean, like, human beings are almost, 72% water themselves, so come on. It's natural to us anyway. Jump in the pool. Go swimming. Next thing on the list, brothers. A big favourite of mine, and now my brothers, camping. The weather's right, the time is now. Do it. Seriously, go. You will enjoy yourselves to no end. And if you've never been before, even better. Because the first time you're going, first time you're trying to make fire. Or should I say, the first time you're not making. Well, actually, you are. You're trying to start a fire. There you go. There's the proper terminology. You're trying to start a fire. A controlled fire. Camping's brilliant. Sleeping under the stars, watching your children play. You know, it sounds weird. Watching your children play in the dirt with sticks and stones and climbing trees, fishing, and just running around in nature. It's amazing just seeing them. And I've been with my own children. I've been with my nephew and seeing other children as well. I tell you, I cannot express to you how fulfilling as a parent you feel seeing your children enjoy life. And that's the thing, that we never caught any fish, but just the experience of going and knowing, yeah, I've done that. I don't have to do that again. And we're not going to. Not if we don't want to. I mean, we're going to take the fishing gear next time we go camping, but I know exactly what I'm doing. Here's another secret. Don't tell anyone. Yeah. I'm buying archery gear so we can shoot arrows. Like, come on. It's camping. It's the boys. And you telling me you don't want to shoot a bow and arrow in the woods? What? We live in England. I'm going to Robin Hood up this business. Yeah? That's exactly what I want to do next time I go camping. Some archery. Shoot some bow and arrows. Or some bows off of an arrow. From an arrow. Anyway. What else we got on the list? Do you know what the funny thing is? I wish I had my camera on today, but seeing as how the camera's not doing its job properly, I had to come back to the audio. So you can't see that I don't have a list. This is all off the top of my head. And these are all things that I have physically gone out and done myself. The only thing that I think I'm going to say that I haven't actually done yet is rock climbing. And that's with my eldest son. Now, that's something that we've spoken about doing for a long time. And the only reason is because he's my eldest son. I want to be able to do something like that with him. I took my youngest son camping. I need experiences for my individual children. You're going to need to do the same. One child might not want to do the same thing as the other child. So you're going to need to find something for your individual children. And you're going to need to split your time between two children. Now, As I said before, you may be a single parent. That doesn't mean you have to exclude one child if you're taking the other. If you have to take 2 children or more than 2 children, you just explain to them, you can do this, you can do this, you can do this. But right now, it's so and so. You did this, now it's so and so's turn. It is hard. I'm not gonna say it's simple. It's as simple as what I said, but implementing that with more than one child, yeah, is hard because you've got different age ranges, you've got different personalities. It's a lot to take in. It really is. But I'm telling you, and I will say it, it's beneficial. Your children will understand as well. And as they grow and they know, right, this is my time with my parents, it won't be a big thing for the other children because they know they will get their time as well. All of our children, whether you've got one or more, it doesn't matter how many more, if you've got more than one child, you've got people to deal with. How do you deal with the people you work with? You don't deal with all of them the same. Don't deal with your children the same way. They're individual. You have to deal with them differently. As I said, rock climbing is what I'm going to be doing with my big son. If we're talking about activities that involve the family, and if you do have a little money to go, one thing I will suggest is do a VR room or a VR experience or an escape room, because your child will show you something about them that you didn't know. I'm telling you, we've done VR as well, the whole family, all 4 of us. I didn't get good footage of that. I took my camera and everything, but unfortunately I didn't get great footage of that. Otherwise that would have been up on YouTube for you guys to watch as well. There's so many different activities out there. If you just look, if you're looking for them, you will find them. If you cannot afford them, your imagination is your biggest tool. And I'm saying this from experience. Bros, I know what it's like when you do not have the money, but you want to give your children everything possible. It hurts. It's not a nice feeling. But the way that you can counteract that, the way that I know that worked for me, and it may work for you, it may not. Utilize your household. Everything in your house is a toy. Or should I say, everything in your house has a use other than what it's intended for. You can make a fort out of boxes, pillows, quilts, tables and chairs if you've got the space. If you don't have the space but you still have the chairs or any kind of equipment to, hold a blanket up, clothes horses, clothes areas, use them. Make a tent inside your house. My brothers, your imagination is the key to your children enjoying time with you. It really is. I may sound like, oh yeah, but it's easy for you to say this is easy. No. It really wasn't. You have to remember, yeah, as you lot know, I come from a family where I grew up with my mum and my sisters, my aunt and my nan, my aunts and my nan. I didn't have no boys around me. My dad wasn't there. So my mum, using her imagination, was how she helped me. How I used my imagination was how I helped myself. And with my children growing up, that is exactly what I did. Use my imagination to help them feel like we can have fun even though we don't have any money. And now, I tell you what, both my children give grace to the Most High, yeah? Both of my children's imaginations flourish because of it. I'll tell you another thing that you can do, yeah? And this one is specifically for nighttime, yeah? What you do is you make up some hot chocolate. If you got more than one child, this is a good one, yeah? You make up some hot chocolate. All of you go into one bedroom and you start telling a story. And everyone takes one line. It doesn't matter what it is, your children will amaze you. I did this with my two. We went camping when they were younger. And my brothers, for the life of me, I wish I could remember. Yeah. Up until a little while ago, I could remember some of this story. But this story was so convoluted and out of this world. It was, like I said, I had one line, then my eldest, then my youngest, then me, then the eldest, then the youngest. And obviously, because of age range, you can imagine it's 4 years between the two boys. And then 18 years between me and my eldest. There's some madness, and I'm not trying to keep the story on track myself, I'm trying to go as wild as possible, as imaginative as I can, and the boys are following suit, and this thing just went, and it got so out of control to the point where we just burst out laughing. You don't have to be outside to do that. You don't have to be camping to do that. You don't even have to be in some. You don't have to have money. That's your job. That's just your imagination. That's just you and your children enjoying each other's company. My brothers, fathers all across the world. Some of you know what it's like not to have a dad around. Some of you know what it's like to have your dad there and not be involved. Some of you don't know what that's like at all. I strive to be one of those parents that do not have to have my children thinking about that, because I try to do with them, for them, and because of them. I want to make them happy. I want to make them proud. And I just want them to be okay. We all do. Take the time out to spend some time with your children this summer holiday. Make some cakes, climb some rocks, escape some rooms, watch some movies, jump in some pools, lift some weights, draw some pictures, play some board games, learn some new stuff, be taught some new stuff, but just enjoy each other's company. My brothers, I've been D. This is the Future Fathers FF podcast. Enjoy the summer holidays. And I beg you, bros, stay blessed.